So I say, oh, who do you coach? Troy did it before. I just coach the under 14s. Why are you going to say just? What do you mean? Why did you have to say just? Why didn't you just say, I coach the under 14s? Same answer, without the negative connotation. It's important what you do. It's really important what you do. Right? So be an educator and talk to them and seek advice. You're doing that now. But read, research, seek advice. If you know someone that is a healthcare professional that's in your community, just talk to them. We've always got to be really cognizant of confidentiality, I understand that. But if you say to someone, hey, I'm coaching this bunch of 11-year-olds, I've got a couple of young players, I just don't get a great feel, they're sad. They seem sad all the time. You're not trying to be Dr. Google, right? That person will often help you unpack that and then give you some outcomes, some steps to follow, right? And of course the next thing is refer. Talk to the parents, refer it to healthcare professionals, do that. Again, I'm not asking you to overstep that boundary, but too often we hear now, why? Do you think your players trust you as a whole? The players that you have now and that you've had over time, do you think they trust you? Well, I'll answer it for you, they do. Right? So if they trust you, why don't you trust yourself? I can still remember little sayings that my under 14 football coach used to say, and that's a million years ago. I can still remember it. Right? So you are having a significant impact. So don't undersell it. Again, lose the just. I just coach the Phoenix board. Lose the just. You do that, and you've got an important role. This is a big one, and as I was doing research, I saw this actually on social media platforms somewhere, and I thought it's a great one. You want your players to have conversations with you, right? As soon as those conversations stop, you're not leading them anymore. Right? I think it's really, really important. For those who've got a pen and paper, write it down. For those on the phone, don't just think about it. Write down when you've had a worthwhile conversation with a player about non-basketball elements in the last week. Write down if you've had a worthwhile conversation with a player about anything other than basketball in the last week. That counts. Yeah, that counts because that's a welfare piece. Yep. While you're doing that, this is a difficult one. Try and strike a ratio in your coaching. So what ratio of technical basketball leadership and instruction as to people? So is it as 3:1? So the amount of time that you talk, right, in your coaching, in games and practice about jump shot, back cut, defensive transition, to the amount of time you're just having conversations with the person. Now everyone's got to lodge this with me in 3 minutes. Ready? I'm joking, right? But just think about that, right? And don't show anyone or whatever else. And I'm sure that the ratio is pretty good. But one of the biggest areas in elite coach development that we're talking about now, self-awareness, self-reflection. There's a lot of research globally that the best coaches are self-aware. And if think, well, that's common sense. Well, now a scientist said it, so it's fact. Right? But being self-aware is so important in this sphere, right? And then, to that end, can you improve that ratio? Right? Last thing, one tangible way you could improve that ratio. One tangible way that you can do it, in other words, that you are going to do it. Because me standing here and waxing lyrical doesn't do any good unless there's change. And it'll be nuanced change, because I know some of you, I've known some of you for over 2 decades. I know that you've already got really good intrinsic skills. But it's pretty cool to be better, isn't it? Improvement's such a cool and powerful thing. When I say to you, www, I asked this question the other day, I got a funny answer. When I say to you, www, what do you think of? World Wide Web. Right? I had people tell me some wrestling acronym or something. Right? Well, in the well-being space, it stands for what went well. Now this is when I first heard about this and I spoke to some people about it, and a friend of mine was in the athlete welfare space in the Newcastle Knights. And as you know, the NRL being in the athlete welfare space is a pretty stressful environment sometimes, right? And he said he spent a lot of time saying to players, what went well today? You've got these young men in the NRL environment. They're making $300,000–400,000 a year. They're training 3–4 hours a day. They've got endless free time. Obviously, you know, I wouldn't imagine there's a person in this room who's making $300,000 or $400,000. Probably wouldn't be in this room if you were, right? But when he'd asked them what went well today, they couldn't answer. They couldn't answer. One, they didn't have permission in their own mind to answer. Right? So what went well? One player said, I took my girlfriend out to breakfast. He went, cool, did that go well? Yeah, she loved it. And you can see a tangible, physical, improvedness in their happiness. I know that sounds corny, but initially it's like, yeah, I know, nothing. Now, is that a big ticket item? No, but sometimes you've got to give athletes permission for things to be positive. You've got to give athletes permission, right, to see something as worthwhile. So the other thing that a friend of mine with this was coaching an under 14 team, and they lost 17 games in a row. They won a game and then they lost another 4. I think they ended up 1 and 21. So it's really hard to, and you know what kids are like. Oh, we're bad. We're no good. So the self-esteem issues were really, really low. So their ability to improve was really, really low. Not because he wasn't a great coach, not because they had some talent. They didn't give themselves permission to improve because they couldn't figure out what went well today. How did they judge on what went well? External scoreboard. Right? My 7-year-old 2 weeks ago ran in the cross country. He finished X amount in his school, so he got to go to the next stage, district or whatever they call it. He was pretty excited, and he went to district and ran with his little mate. His little mate come 3rd, and my son come 43rd, right, out of whatever, I don't know what it was. he's 7, my wife and I are like, how good is this? This is really neat, you know. He was devastated. Because they don't have he doesn't know. He sees his mate finishing 3rd and then he gets his number. They're giving him, you know, the post-it notes. Of course, then his little mate comes up and goes, what'd you get? Like 43rd. His little mate laughed. Right? Didn't laugh because he's a disgusting child. He just, you know, they're 7. So we had to provide some leadership to him and help him through that and then talk about this. You know, it was great. I said, what went well today? He goes, oh, the bus was really cool. I sat next to such and such. And it was good because I didn't expect that response. It's like, well, was that good? He goes, yeah, it was really cool. And they talked Pokemon and, you know, they did all that cool stuff. Oh, that's good. By the time I stopped after a few minutes because it was over. Just on framing what went well today. When you ask players at the end of practice, we've all probably done this, bring it in, blah, blah, blah. What do you think of that? Do they always answer in a really positive way, or do they always dwell on the negatives? What's the balance in your experience? Dwell on the negatives. Oh, we didn't do this. We didn't do this. This wasn't very good. Why? Well, for a certain degree, we've conditioned them to do that. Secondly, they think that's what we want, because that means they're serious and they want to get better. Very rarely they go, I thought that was awesome. I thought that was the best training we had. How good was it? Right? So, again, rather than what did we think of practice, I'm all for open-ended questions, but they've also got to be guided open-ended questions. What did you think of that? That's like deciding you're going to swim in New Zealand and your starting point's get in the water. It's not, there's no guide. Hey, what do you think went well today? Now, one, it elevates the learning because they start to cognitively try and think, oh, this was pretty good and whatever else. It's that old saying. Any idiot can be negative, and most are. It's an easy path to be negative. It's an easy path. So if we talk about that, it's going to change their mindset, but it's also going to help them with positive self-talk. Now, every single person on the planet talks to themselves. Right? We all talk to ourselves. And the one person that we always listen to, now there's 2 people in my wife, I listen to everything she says, right? And then myself. We all listen to self, but more importantly, we all believe self. We all believe self. That's the one person that we trust and believe absolutely. So if the self-talk is, you didn't do this, this wasn't good, one, they can't improve because there's there's a wall there. But 2, that can start to permeate in them being sad, being anxious, but not being positive, thinking that, why do we play sport? Why do we as parents in the room, encourage our children to play sport? Because we value all the things that sport gives us. Camaraderie, communication, teamwork, sacrifice, selflessness, all these things. But yet, if we don't allow them to figure out what went well, we're fighting against ourselves. All right? So, think about this. Actually, we'll do this because we haven't got long to go, and I don't want you to fall asleep because my self-esteem, talk about positive self-talk, would be good, right? So just get in groups of 3. So there's a group of 3 there, group of 3 there, and you either make 4 or whatever, right? And just for a few minutes, just have some dialogue about phrases or language you use that you think creates a positive learning environment. Things that you use, because we've all got our sayings in sport and in coaching. So just talk about some phrases and some language you use currently that creates a positive learning environment. And what we do is we just share some information, right? So a couple of minutes, don't feel, you know, be open with it. Alright, another 30 seconds or so.
They're talking each other.
Yeah, exactly. It has a ripple effect.
But it makes that one kid feel good. But this positive energy.
Yeah, it's like
Team building is great.
ripple effect of
Exactly. Yeah.
Alright, we'll move on. I'm cognizant of time. The great thing there is, you know, and I'm sure many of you have done presentations, you've been up here doing this, and when you put something out for the group to work collaboratively with, and you hear crickets, you go, oh, that's not it. But it was instant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But instant engagement, and I'm a big body language person, and I can see straight away, people the front part of their chair, and all that sort of stuff, which I love to watch. And so it was terrific. But just really quickly, want to share any learnings or any little sayings or strategies that you came up with?
My original background is high loss and time, 37 years, and my coach always said train hard, fight easy. So we've sort of tried to instill a little bit of kids that again, train hard, play easy, sort of be able to sort of foster that. And just one other one that saying that was what Marlon coached last year, he'd always ask a boy to say, what is one thing that Joey did well in the last game. We fostered that this year for our 12-year-old as well. It pumps up, you know, obviously said, boy here, he's saying positive things, it pumps him up, and he'll say the next one pumps him up. So that's the conversation, it's the what went well in that last rep game.
Yeah, it's a powerful one, and as we know, that, you know, peer group acceptance is a massive part of youth now, more so than ever. Like, you know, when I was 11, you know, I wanted the acceptance of my mates and whatever, but life was a lot simpler then. You know, we would ride our horses to school, you know. But now it's a bit more complex, but more ever, we know from research that peer group acceptance in youth is key. Right? What about this group? Anything that jumped out, or was just more general conversation?
Yeah, just found as much general.
Yes.
And just the same way, they just keep it simple, that's what I think. Oh, that's the biggest thing. I'll try and tell them our kids don't think about it, just do it.
Yeah, we spoke about that on Thursday night. Most athletes think coaches coach too much, which is a euphemism for talk too much. Right? So, you know, that keep it simple is a way to create a positive environment, because often when you're talking, you've created a hierarchical environment. Right? Coach, player. The less verbiage, it's more that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, I watched Mike this morning, Mike Kelly, do a session with 3 guys, and he was very much part of the session. They knew he was the coach, but it wasn't this hierarchy. It was more a relationship, you know, and he's great at that. You know, it always has been. You know, I've known him for nearly 30 years. That's why people like him. That's why he's going to have success here. What about you guys?
With the younger children, high fives, encouraging them. So
Yeah.
good shot, good try.
Yeah, it's as simple as that, you know, and we know that the physical, you know, we've obviously got to be cognizant of physical contact, but we know that the sharing of positive energy through that physical, you know, the high fives is important. You know, there's pro clubs that count high fives. You know, this is crazy how much money some of these clubs have got, but, you know, and there's a correlation between how many physical touches and success sometimes. You know, just that someone's prepared to go another 3 meters to the huddle to get a 5 and go, rather than go, not screw you, man, but just that little nuance of that. You know, you see the really connected AFL teams. Someone kicks a goal, well, sometimes you might be 90 metres away, right? You see some guys go, which is, they're saying good job, but the person seeing it's like, oh, I'm too far. Like, you know, there's things like